birthday witch tries to kidnap me, but winds up with my brother Bobo instead. I come up with a great plan to rescue Bobo.
How did you persuade the kidnappers to release Bobo?
Just traded him Mr. Smith.
Forget it, Smith. Escape isn't humanly possible.
The only trouble is I end up needing a great plan to rescue me.
Hey, Jerry.
What?
Instant Quaker oatmeal comes in flavors so good. You know what we're gonna do?
I don't know.
What? We're gonna make a hot cereal lover out of you.
Out of me?
I'd feel better if he ate a...
Okay, Smith, don't say a word. We're armed, and we don't want any trouble. Just come quietly with us, and nobody's gonna get hurt. You're as smart as they said you were, Mr. Smith.
Oh, wonderful. Not satisfied with orangutans, now we're trying to attract bats. Mr. Atwood? Mr. Atwood, is that you?
Yeah. Hey, Raymond, did you break that vase on the floor?
Oh, my Lord. My irreplaceable Japanese porcelain vase that I loved more than life itself.
Yeah. What'd you toss it against the wall or something? Well, someone did.
Someone left the dining room door open and the front door. Apparently, we've had visitors. Someone has broken in.
Burglars? Or kidnappers? Ellie.
Thank God you're all right, Ellie.
Well, I was.
Mr. Smith, where's Mr. Smith?
I'll look in the bedroom.
I'll check the study.
Mr. Smith, the house has been broken into. We suspected kidnappers.
Where were you?
I was working late and must have dozed Bobo. I left him sleeping in the living room.
He's gone. They took Bobo.
Who'd want to kidnap Bobo?
No one. Unless they thought they had me.
You can wait outside. I don't believe we'll have any problems. Will we, Mr. Smith? You and I are both civilized people. Violence is just alien to our nature. Necessary sometimes, but distasteful. Forgive me for staring, Mr. Smith, but you are naturally something of a phenomenon. Your accomplishments boggle the mind. Bravo, Mr. Smith. Bravo. I see what you're trying. You're just an ordinary orangutan, right? Pretending to be one. Obviously, you don't realize just how much we know about you. Let me demonstrate. I'm sure you recognize the secondary theme from your own flute concerto. So you see, we've researched you in some detail. Of course, I understand your distrust. It's perfectly natural. Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, I know you were brought here against your will, but I assure you, we mean you no harm. Perhaps it would set your mind at ease if I told you a little about myself. Marvelous, Mr. Smith. Marvelous. If I didn't know any better, I'd be convinced that you're nothing more than a dumb animal.
In the past several weeks, have there been any suspicious strangers on the premises?
None. No one claiming to be from the gas or electric company. No stranded motorists. No one circulating a petition.
I bought some Girl Scout cookies.
Let's check that out.
You're going to check out a Girl Scout?
If she's clean, she's got nothing to be afraid of. Now, Mr. Smith, can you describe your brother?
Well, let's see. Average height.
I should explain that Mr. Smith is using a relative term.
Well, sure, he's his brother.
So, given time, I'm confident we can convince you that the cause of world peace can be better served by sharing your gifts with me and my countrymen. I'm not surprised that you're so stubborn, Smith. I had expected it, and I respect it. But I think in that regard, you'll find that you met your match in me. Mr. Smith? Mr. Smith? Mr. Smith? Instead of resisting me, you'd be much wiser to offer me your full friendship and cooperation. Mr. Smith? Mr. Smith? Amusing, Mr. Smith. But don't you think this charade is becoming a bit tedious?
Those guys are making me crazy in there.
I don't blame you, sir. They do seem to be asking a lot of unnecessary questions.
What about their attitude? I'm worried sick, and they keep saying how lucky this was.
Surely you can see their point, sir. Instead of being faced with the loss of the most brilliant mind in our government, all that they've lost is...
My brother. But I suppose that's something you wouldn't understand, Raymond.
Well, that shows how much you know. Because as it happens, Mr. Smith, when I was stationed in Tunisia in 1971, my own brother was abducted by revolutionaries.
Raymond, I'm sorry. I didn't even know you had a brother.
I never mentioned him because I never liked him. Please, don't tell me I don't know what it feels like.
How did you get him back?
We didn't. Eventually, he became a Berber tribesman, but I understand he now makes stunning rugs. All's well that ends well.
Well.
You know, Mr. Smith, I'm a chess player. And I once had an opponent who tried to distract me with annoying little mannerisms. But you know how I countered that? I simply matched him. Tick for tick and twitch for twitch. He's soon tired of that, I can tell you.
Are you starting to feel a little silly now, Mr. Smith? I hope you're finally beginning to realize how foolish you're acting.
Don't worry, Mr. Smith. We'll do everything humanly possible.
Yeah, for what that's worth.
Well, I've just been talking with Dr. Klein, and he's almost sure this is the work of another government.
Well, I didn't think it was the work of hours.
He's not sure whether they want to hold him for ransom or simply use his brains.
How can they use Bobo's brains?
I think he's Mr. Smith, Tommy. Try to keep up.
Right. The longer they go on thinking that, the safer Mr. Smith is.
But that doesn't help Bobo any.
But how did they find out about Mr. Smith?
Dr. Klein is convinced there's a foreign operative in the Institute. He's worried.
Why worry about that now? First, we gotta get my brother back.
He's worried, Mr. Smith, because you were scheduled to chair a symposium tomorrow.
So?
Wait a minute. I get it. Now he can't. Because if the spies saw him, they'd realize they didn't get the right orangutan.
Excellent, Ellie. That's exactly right.
Way to go, sis. That's using the old noodle.
One of them must be adopted.
But they'll know anyhow, once they see Bobo can't talk.
They won't realize he can't. They'll think he's just refusing.
Judy, I gotta chair that symposium tomorrow.
Dr. Klein would never allow it.
Well, you tell your Dr. Klein either we let the kidnappers know they got the wrong orangutan, or the Institute will never have the right one.
All right. I'll take care of it.
Thank you.
I must tell you, you're making a complete fool of yourself. You have no idea how ridiculous you look. Yes?
We've just had a disturbing piece of information from our man at the Institute.
Yes?
It seems the real Mr. Smith is still at large. This apparently is his brother, a common circus animal who lives with him. When we abducted him, we had no way of knowing. I'm sorry, sir.
You're expecting sympathy from a man who spent the entire day interrogating a circus animal. You are mistaken.
Who is it?
It's me, Mr. Smith. Can I come in?
Sure, I was just trying to get some work done here.
I'm sorry to bother you, but I have something for you.
Oh, what is it?
Man handed it to me in the schoolyard. Mr. Smith personally, he said.
But that's impossible. Who at school knows about it?
No one. That's why I figured it was important.
Let's see.
Will it help get Bobo back?
Maybe. We gotta keep this note a secret, Ellie.
What note?
If you ever want to see your brother alive, be at the corner of 5th and River Street alone at midnight.
Mr. Smith will be right back.
I don't know, Mr. Smith.
You're the only one who can help me.
Shouldn't we show this to Raymond?
Raymond would never go along with my plan.
But he understands things like this. I'm kind of slow.
I know, Tommy, and I'm counting on that.
What? Okay. Tell me the plan one more time.
It's easy. They want to exchange Bobo for me, right?
Right.
Now, you'll drive me there.
It says come along.
But they know I can't drive. So once we see Bobo's okay, I'll give the orangutan cry for danger. He'll run.
If it's so easy, why hasn't he run already?
Because he doesn't know he's in danger. But once he hears the cry, he'll run to us and we'll drive away.
Okay, I'll go get the car. Uh-oh, wait a second. How am I going to get you out of here? The Institute has had guards at every door.
No problem. Here's what we'll do. Bring the car around to the front.
I'm kind of hungry. I thought I'd go get a pizza. Fine. Wait a minute. Can you bring me one, too? You bet. Give your call.
There's no call.
What?
Well, there is, but Bobo never got it right anyway.
But you said you had a plan.
I said there was a plan. I made it up. There's no plan.
But...
Relax. I could outsmart these people. Bobo couldn't. But once you get him home safely, I'll trick him.
How?
I haven't quite worked that part out yet.
Bobo, I got a funny feeling that one of us is going to be in big trouble when we get home.
Ah, the real Mr. Smith. A long-awaited pleasure.
Whoever you are, thanks for not harming my brother.
We're not interested in harming anyone.
Glad to hear it. Do you mind if I make myself comfortable?
Not at all. What would you like? To hang upside down from a bar?
No, actually, I thought I'd sit right side up in a chair.
Splendid. My own preference as well.
Well, isn't it a small world? Nice place you got here. Who decorated it for you, huh?
There, my precious vase is restored.
That's incredible, Raymond. How'd you do it?
How? Oh, a little glue, a little skill, patience, concentration, endless perseverance, hours of back-breaking toil, tears, cursing, agonizing, teeth grinding, blinding headaches, paralysis of the hands.
Looks good.
It was nothing.
A few feet away, you can't even tell it was broken.
And we must all make a point to stay a few feet away from it, mustn't we?
What's it for?
Well, these have many uses. Who knows? One day it might even become the repository for my remains.
Raymond, I hope not for many, many years.
Thank you, Miss Ellie.
Not till after you're dead, anyways.
So you see, my comrades and I are not evil men. Or even nationalists. We are world patriots.
Yeah, sure. You're also kidnappers.
That too. Sometimes the end justifies the means.
And what do you expect me to do?
Help us. In the same way that you're helping the United States. In the interest of peace. So neither nation becomes more powerful than the other.
Well, how does it harm peace if they're more powerful than you are?
Oh, come now, Smith. You of all creatures should know the answer to that. One species became more powerful than all the others, and what was the result? Do you think your fellow laboratory animals receive fair treatment from that species?
That's a pretty good argument.
Thank you.
Very good.
I thought you'd like it.
Not good enough. See, I have friends in this country. People I trust and people I like, and I'm not going to betray them.
Oh, well, Smith. A pity. Milo, Arno, the ropes. I'd hoped I might be able to persuade you myself. Unfortunately, I wasted too much time on your brother. Now I shall just have to send you along.
Send me along where?
To a more conducive climate. The plane should be here shortly.
Bobo!
You got
got him back.
Uh-huh.
Congratulations, Mr. Atwood. Deep and sincere congratulations.
Yeah, well, you know how it is.
Please also accept my apologies. I would never have thought you capable of it, and for that I most humbly beg your pardon.
Yeah, well, you know.
Raymond! Isn't it great to have the whole family back together again?
Indeed. Indeed. Tell me, how did you persuade the kidnappers to release Bobo?
Oh, it was easy. I just traded him Mr. Smith.
Excuse me while I make preparations for your departure. Forget it, Smith. Escape isn't humanly possible.
He's right. Wait a minute. I just remembered something. I'm not a human.
For a moment, please.
Hey, guys. Nice meeting you. Get him!
Sorry, sir.
Evening, everybody.
Hiya.
Mr. Smith, I didn't think we were ever going to see you again. I thought that I proved the whole thing.
How you doing, Bobo?
He's even brought his hat back.
It's a shame Bobo doesn't understand what Mr. Smith did for him.
I think maybe he does, Tommy.